r/ask Reddit. What's the stupidest trend that you followed? In the 8th grade I lived in the hood, in so much as that exists in Toronto. The cool thing was your plain white tee, big white tee. Kids only halfway through puberty were wearing men's XXL and XXXL sized t-shirts. It was stupid. They looked like dresses. So I convinced my dad to take me to a big and tall shop and buy a 7XL plain white t-shirt. That's XXXXXXXL. It was like $30 and the cheapest brand they had over a decade ago. I wore it to school once. I was 5'10" and it was well past my knees. It was probably just played out in general, but the fad seemed to stop after I did that. I'd like to think I did that. Thank you for your service. I didn't even know they made shirts that ducking big. You are also very tall for an 8th grader. Edit. Today I learned very tall people are everywhere. Read it too. I get it. You were 6 feet in 8th grade too. At my school we played a game called Lunch Butt. The goal was to stick your lunch in your underwear for at least 1 minute and then eat your lunch. It really got out of hand and they had to ban Lunch Butt. We tried playing it outside the cafeteria but the janitor caught us. We had to meet with the counselor and write essays about why we should not play Lunch Butt any longer. This sounds like a Bob's Burgers episode in the making. Tina, all the kids are playing this new thing called Lunch Butt. Gene, I am the king of Lunch Butt. 2004 to 2006 I could be found wearing 3 different color polos with all collars popped. Watch out, we got a playa over here, sup G. Is this you? http://www.maniacworld.com for popped collars cool. JPG. In the early 90s for about 4 months it was cool to wear a pacifier around your neck on a string. Yes, I did too. I don't know why. Because drugs, man. But for real, they were supposed to be used when you were rolling on ecstasy to stop you from grinding your teeth. I bedazzled my pacifier for when I went to raves. Seed it, my first guild is about a bedazzled pacifier sigh. Remember power bands? Those wristbands that were meant to enhance your sporting performance? Yeah, them. Holy shit, I bought like 200 fake ones off eBay for like $10. Sold all of them for $20 each in my freshman year. I'd wear about 10-20 a day. Hustled all those ducking losers. Wait, they made real ones? Sack Tap Tuesday. On Tuesdays in middle school, a group of boys would run around and tapping unsuspecting male classmates' testicles. One good thing came out of it though. Got to hear our principal say the word Sack Tap Tuesday. They can never take that away from us. Our principal stopped the penis game, seeing who could say penis the loudest at school, by screaming penis into a microphone and saying I win. Alpha as duck principal. Fake top part of boxer underwear that was sewn into the pants to make it look like you were sagging your pants. 90s was the worst time for clothing fashions. I owned those, but I didn't stop there. I wore those pants and then sagged those so that 2 boxers were visible. That decision still haunts me to this day. Connie 2012. Oh god, my wife and I even donated. We still have the shirts and the little lunchbox thing it came in. If kept in good condition, those shirts and lunchbox will be worth a lot of money in the year 3012. Going to law school in the mid 2000s. Were you legally blonde? Mayo, I'm reading this while at Legally Blonde rehearsal. Remember those little finger skateboards and BMX bikes? Yep, I spent way too much of my middle school cash on those things, but they are kinda cool. Tech decks. My dad had to stop giving me an allowance when I was 10 because I'd always spend it on a new tech deck dude or Bionicle within like 2 days. I did not understand the concept of saving money. Smoking. I remember being a freshman in high school and seeing the juniors seniors light up behind the wood shop building. Damn, they looked so cool at the time. But now if I saw the 16-17-year-old smoking I would just feel bad for them. R/the button. I pressed it as soon as I first saw it out of curiosity. Worst mistake of my life. Filthy presser. Edit. Oh god. I can't live with my own hypocrisy. I am a 7-second red. Suburban white middle school kid in early 2000s wearing Fubu. Popped collar on polo shirts. This was their original purpose. Don't feel so bad. It was so tennis players wouldn't get their necks sunburned. Tennis players not polo players? I hit a lot of the late 90s checklist. Jinko's visor airwalks owned a yo-yo and Pog's eyebrow pierced bleached and spiky hairless into the likes of Blink 182, MXPX, Real Big Fish, 311, etc. Listen to the likes of Blink 182, so this is supposed to be a bad thing? I love 311. Hi, I was the goth, you know, the one issued to every North American high school in the early mid-90s. Worse admission, the tragic darkness inside me still influences my fashion choices, if to a somewhat less obvious extent. Being adult goth is all about tact and having really good style that doesn't necessarily say goth, but collectively leans more towards black dyes and slim cuts than the average Joe. It's actually kind of nice. Same. My 14-year-old brother asked when I'd stop going through my teenage goth stage. A few weeks ago. I will be 27 in 11 days, comma. I was a total weeaboo for a while. I glomped people, said things were kawaii, and said ja, instead of goodbye like the idiot I was, and then I grew up. I still watch anime and read manga and even went to Japan for my honeymoon, but I'm not annoying about it. Do I even want to know what the duck glomping is? Probably not, but it's like a running hug, or a gentle tackle. Playing the game, I usually forget about it. Oh, bugger. You son of a bitch, I lost the game. Bleaching the front of my hair blonde and using a bunch of gel to do that little make it stand up flip thing. Not like over the top, or to the side flip. Just have like the inch of blonde go straight up. Will try to post a pic when I leave work. It's super lame. Edit. 8th grade me. The bleach isn't as bright in the pic as it actually was. But yeah, this gave me chills of the douche variety. http://imgur.com/omf I also used Taraka Rough Riders or symbol on that chain. But thankfully a schoolyard chum probably smacked me in the face and held a mirror up at me. It was summarily thrown out. http://thumbs3 ebay static comdl 225/150,976,089,154 jpg. Shit, I used to have that haircut from like grade 4 to grade 8. 1970s, plaid polyester leisure slacks. The trendsetters looked cool in them. I look like Dorkenstein. Dorkenstein, this is one insult we really need to bring back into fashion. Dorkenstein. Using one of those horrid crocheted sack purses with the shiny circle shit hanging off of it. Mine was exactly like this one. Mine was turquoise blue. It looked like I skinned a ducking mermaid and had it made into a purse. So tacky, yet for some reason so trendy. Ugh, my friend kept hers and still uses it all the time even though she picked half the circles off. I put lemon juice in my hair in high school so I would get highlights. I used sun and it pretty much fried my hair. My dad used a ton of my sister's sun in one time on holiday, then sat out in the hot sun all day. Guess he thought it would make him look youthful or something, but instead his hair turned to a dirty orange frizz. He refused to admit what he'd done, and still does. But we all knew. Sigh. Gangnam Style. I dedicated myself to break into dance every time it played. Even at my office job, I bought the shirt at the kids store. I even started considering that size dance moves could possibly create world peace. From his Ask Me Anything, interviews, concerts, music videos, and other songs, Psy is one cool dude. Not too bad of a trend, really. Those baggy black trousers with huge external pockets and straps hanging off all over them. All the cringy fads that I wanted to be part of but was too poor. Wearing my clothes backwards, which truly was, in retrospect, wiggity whack. Buying soap shoes and getting really good at grinding rails. Turns out it didn't drop panties as I expected it would. Found this bit of glory. https://www.youtube.com watch v=sjr@jatux8. The fact that guy is dedicated enough to make a soap montage in 2016 is beyond me. Now we just need a Heelys video. The chain link from your pants to your wallet. pinning the bottom of my pants with safety pins in the 80s. You'll know what I'm talking about if you ever did it. I used the fold and roll technique. Always came undone and had to be readjusted every couple hours. I wish I had known about the safety pin method. Also wore a fanny pack for a brief period. Crisscross pants backwards in middle school and hyper-collar shirts at school that would show pit and backsweet stains like no other. I had a baggy Looney Tunes shirt with Bugs and Taz dressed like Crisscross. So fly. Those odd feathery hair thingamabobbers. When I went to high school, in the 70s, I often went to school with a feather and bead clipped in my hair. I thought I was the coolest kid ever, until someone told me it was actually a roach clip. I like that you're probably in your 50s or so age-wise, but your username is Wienerold. You're who I want to be when I grow up. The Harlem Shake. Gak, I hear the song again. Stop it. Stop it. Pink guy started it. IB0SS. Overly large cargo pants 1998-ish. Nike swoosh eyebrows and dark lipstick def 1998. Terribly wispy baby bangs and Ren Fair horns 1995 for sure. Edit. Forgot a couple. Princess Leia Bonds 1999. I'd guess. And one of my faves. Tie-dye shirts and blossom hats. 11-year-old me thought I was totally beachin' here. Back in 1989-ish. Double edit. You know what looks hilarious? Goth Y eyeliner and clothes and dark lipstick. And my Cheshire Cat Grenadette Redux. Yet again. Someone questioned my Ren Fair horns, saying they were a costume. No they were not. I wore them every single damn day. For over a year. For some unknown reason that even I can't really explain. I thought I looked cute. I wanted to be a satyr. I took care of 3 Tamagotchis simultaneously. I thought I was the hottest of hot shit in the early 90s. Being bitter while using Reddit. Everyone on here seems to love it, but I have gotten to a point where whenever I type something out and it sounds like I'm being too sensitive on a topic, I just delete it and move on. But the current state of Reddit hasn't gotten to the point where they delete the stupidity and move on. So much so it seems like a trend. I've found that if I upvote everyone who replies to me, I feel better about posts. For whatever reason, it flips some switch in my head from argument to conversation and I feel more mellow. I upvote all who respond to me too, positive or negative. It's a conversation. I'm not always right. Edit. Wow. Gold. Thank you so much. I must pay this forward now. : Wearing baggy jeans and shirts in the 90s. Would always get XL or XXL shirts and I was skinny as hell. Also got into the wannabe gangsta culture, listening to a bunch of gangsta rap and acting like I was hard. So glad that was just a phase. Having a damn rat tail. Thought it was cool. All it did was give my mom something to grab and snap my head back. Only wearing one strap of my backpack. So much back neck pain could have been avoided. Duck that shit. I went back to college after 12 years. Still ducking one strapped it. Like the only one on campus. Like a boss. I'd no strap it if it were possible. I imagine. The most embarrassing one of all. I was rather enamored with Chicano and Cholo culture in, predominantly, Los Angeles. I'm a white British guy. I live on a council estate and saw it as an exotic equivalent to my own style. Sort of like it represented a nicer council estate with better weather and sharper dresses. I love the music, too. Still do. So I decided, against any self-awareness, to buy oversized khakis, white tees and invest in some Chuck Taylors and a new baseball cap. One of the first problems I encountered was the fact that the weather in Britain and Los Angeles is significantly different. Very different, as I don't remember any Mexican rappers talking about having wet mud all over their pants due to them dragging behind and under my Converse, which were also now dirty and wet. Not to mention I was surrounded by people dressed in the native tracksuits and hoodies, in either black, grey or white, usually, or just casually among the posher sort. Plus, my clothes were rarely ironed and my cap was worn and sweaty, making me just look a bit haggard. Another time, I went to visit my grandparents who live in a nice area in Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire, too, rather country and quaint. The stereotypical English village. Basically, I wore 3-stroke 4-length donkey shorts. knee-high white socks, Nike Cortez and a blue polo shirt with an old black hood over it. I looked like a ducking idiot and I still have the photos. I also used to dress like a caricature of an Irish traveller / Del Boy from Only Fools and Horses, including a replica of Mickey's hat from Snatch. But that was all slightly more accidental. I was trying to look suave and sophisticated, like I had money. I just looked like a really shit crack dealer. Edit. Pictures. Alright. Photos here. They were all taken at my grandparents'. Definition of an essay. I'm even standing like a knobhead. One of the worst. The pose and the fact I'm having a day out at the zoo. Del Boy Mickey. Dash. Ice Bucket Challenge. The trend itself wasn't that bad though. ALS is now way more known than before. Hot topic: voodoo doll necklaces. Also Invaderism. It's a great show but really cringe when you start wearing G-shirts and changing your MySpace profile to G riding a pig edit, not GRRR. As a teenage girl, lots of black eyeliner, straightening my hair with a clothes iron and wearing men's ties. Oh, and dirty Converse. I used to buy a pair and immediately stomp in mud and scratch them up so they looked punk rock? I don't know. I'm not proud of it. The old Avril Lavigne starter kit. Being a gigolo. Scoobies. The little plastic strands you'd weave together to make plastic sticks that served some purpose beyond my understanding. I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. Silly bands were pretty stupid. I was into the emo look in high school. I used to straighten my hair every day, wore eyeliner, never smiled, etc. Here are a couple of pictures of me from then. This was my Zanga profile. Pissy had my lip pierced in this one. Wow dude, you totally don't look like an Edgar. If I saw you on the street I'd probably peg you for an Edgar. Maybe even an Edgar. But definitely not a Edgar. How about now? At my church there was a game that we would play at camp. People would make a circle with their hand and blow through it, like a dart gun. If someone aimed one at you, you had to stand stock still until they pulled it out of their neck. The only way to avoid this mess was to cover your neck before the person could blow. This bled over into the school year and led to me being stuck in a bathroom for 1 stroke to an hour. There better be a million a-holes here who confess they were a part of Occupy Wall Street. I get here after 3,000 comments. Search WWJD. No results. Makes me feel even worse. Late to the party here but I had and wore just one time a single beaded white glove. I was 12. And white. In the suburbs. Thanks Michael Jackson. Piercings and colored hair. My hair was a new color almost every week. Every other week. Piercings. I wish I didn't have too many lip piercings. Left some scars. But, until then, I enjoyed it when I had them. Many shirts with many different colors of flames on them. Also some giant dragons. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content bruh. It's free and that's a great price.